Hey.
Okay, here's George. Here's the farm. We try and grow vegetables. That's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.
Okay, thanks guys.
Huh?
Bonus plot needs water.
Yeah, a lot of stuff needs watered. First science degree day today. We're just gonna go around now while we have a chance today to do the video. So we have 10 vegetable plots, chickens, microgreens, and the food forest project that's nowhere near even close to being done.
Microgreens.
Oh, the tree plots.
Front plots.
Yeah. So this is plot 1. This is all garlic right here.
There's row potatoes.
There's a little bit of purple onions over there too. So here's the potatoes. These are the Adirondack Blues. We just put salad in here today. And then almost every plot has a tunnel with it. Just how we do it here. So we've got carrots here. Carrots coming up here. And these are the cucumbers.
This is plot 2, and we have some cone cabbage, fennel, tomatoes with head lettuce interplanted, and 2 more beds of carrots. This is the other side of plot 2 with beets and potatoes and some bunching onions.
How's that carrot, George?
Good.
So that's plot 1. That's plot 2 over there. This is plot 3.
It's got arugula, salanova, some kohlrabi with bunching onions interplanted, beets, and then in the tunnel there's beets and more cucumbers, more salanova, and more carrots.
So here's tunnel 3 behind me, and then over here is plot 4, bunching onions, spinach, cabbages, arugula, and tunnel 4 has more cucumbers, more beets, and head lettuce. Pretty good size. Next, tunnel 4 on plot 4 is plot 5, beets, bunching onions, head lettuce, potatoes, cabbage, baby kale.
You want to see tunnel 5?
Tunnel 5.
Tunnel 5, it has more tomatoes, more head lettuce interplanted, and salanova. This is going to be cropped out this week. Beside plot 5, we have this little hedgerow area. It's got blackberries, figs, and then I put some weed mat down and put squash in there.
The weed mat, we had a problem with Bermuda.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing with weeds is people are always be like, just put down cardboard and wood chips. Well, Bermuda grass will grow all the way over it. So we put the weed mat down to kill that off. And it's still showing up in the center, but it's a lot less to deal with.
Yeah.
Plot 5, plot 4, plot 3, and now we're heading to the nursery. Outside the nursery we have turmeric growing. That's coming up pretty good. There's 200 plants in this bed and this bed, so should be a pretty good yield off that.
Yeah, we hope so.
And this is shade cloth in the nursery because it's going to be 90 degrees all week, so this takes the intense sun off the plants. Nursery?
Yep. So half of it is nursery and half of it is production. So we just have pallets on cinder blocks for all of our seed plats. There's just seed starts from everything because we start everything from seed. Some cucumber plants, tomato plants. The back half is beets, fennel, and sugar snap peas.
That bed's gonna be done this week. Here's the fennel. We just harvested the radish from there. And the peas are coming up this net. Radishes for this week. Here's the nursery tunnel with the turmeric, and then right behind me, tunnel 6. Carrots, sun gold tomatoes, arugula. And then outside of this tunnel is all the onions. They're pretty good. So there's like 5,000 onions there.
Yeah.
And then next to the onions is this hedgerow.
Got a bunch of comfrey and elderberry, serviceberry, more figs, persimmons.
Kuza dogwood.
Yeah. I interplanted some squash. We'll see what comes up. It's been so dry.
Yeah. Which is odd because we got 80 inches of rain last year.
I know, it's crazy.
Hedgerow is based off of our friend Pete's agroforestry stuff. It's just densely planted fruit trees that were produced in your area. And the comfrey is an accumulator, so it puts roots down real deep and gets nutrients and brings them up. And so when the leaves die back, then that feeds the other trees. And they're good for the bumblebees and the hummingbirds. And you can make a fertilizer with them. We haven't done that yet, but we plan to. So hedgerow, plot 7. So this is right behind plot 5. This is where all our kale and stuff is.
Kale, Swiss chard, collards, peppers, and a lot of the long-term stuff. And this plot got pretty weedy over the winter, so that's why it's all in weed mat right now.
Yeah. Plus these long-term crops, it's good to hold moisture too. And then as they get bigger like this, it's really hard to cultivate. So we just cover them.
I've just flew straight in my eye.
Really?
Yeah.
Tunnel 7.
Yep, more fennel, more tomatoes.
Beets.
Some transplanted beets and salanova.
Here at the back of plot 7, there's the hedgerows and the onions are over here. Then this back here is plot 8. And there's the bees in this massive leaf pile we use for different things. So over in plot 8, there's beets, squash. We're about to plant sweet potatoes over here. And then baby kale mix, more beets, head lettuce, cabbages, kohlrabi.
The whole back half was all overwintered carrots. And so as we start harvesting those, all that will be salanova.
Which is our salad mix.
Yep.
So plot 8 is close to the woods here, and this is where our food forest project is, but since it doesn't make any money, we don't work on it very often. But we have come through and done a lot of work here, taking out the pine trees, coming in and clearing this out, getting wood chips down, keeping certain trees around like this white oak. What else have we done in here? Pruning to let more sunlight in. Yeah. The plan for this is to clear this edge more, and then we'll get raspberries, blackberries, blueberries along the edge. And then inside, we'll work in different areas where the sunlight, where you get more sunlight, where you don't get more sunlight, and put in certain plants that can survive there. Medicinal plants, we ordered some perennials. Yeah, we ordered some medicinal plants from our friend, so we're just waiting to get those. So, food forest area, like this whole thick wall of wild rose is going to come down, and we'll be able to access into the woods easily. Here's the persimmon tree starting to flower, but you couldn't even see in there before, so it's going to be a long process. But nursery tunnel, food forest, and then here's plot 9. So this is an area we never really planned to put into production. We just kind of needed extra bed space, so we built it. But it's pretty good for summer greens.
Yeah, it's been good. Last year we did like all squash there and had a lot of success, and then
we did all salad.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what was it over the winter? Turnips?
Yeah, root
arugula?
crops, yeah.
Yeah. So we got this massive amount of row cover that we planned to build a new building, but inflation.
Inflation?
Yeah.
They're just behind like 16 weeks.
They're expensive too.
Yeah.
The brown shed, thanks to neighbor Richard. And then this white shed here is the tool shed and wash station. So BCS, the mower, hand tools. In the wash station there's the spinner, the bubbler, another wash tank, another salad spinner, the drying rack,
Emma.
and this table's where we bag and this table's where we put the scale and bag everything. This is up here in plot 10 where the trees are. We just pruned these a few weeks ago. This is the tree plot. So these are all cold season crops that are doing pretty well in the shade, the afternoon shade from the trees. Here's the 3 tunnels in plot 10. That's mostly squash. Head lettuce, kohlrabi, and we just cropped out salad here. And then this is all carrots with some beans coming up. Carrots out here. So this is a first time plot here that we built. When we built this, January is when we started?
Yeah.
Or we tarped it in October.
Yeah.
And then built the beds in January.
Put the tunnels up in April?
March?
March, yeah.
Yeah.
This is my microgreen setup, so I just have 4 shelves set up with LED full spectrum lights strapped to the bottom, and I just grow a variety: kale, kohlrabi, broccoli, radish, pea, sunflower,
Popcorn.
popcorn. I think that's it.
Those are the dogs. So this is where we keep our potting soil underneath the tree to keep it cool. We unload it with the tree. So wash station, shed, firewood. That's plot 9, that's the nursery tunnel. And heading back through the woods, we're gonna go back to the chickens. So this is actually our neighbor's property, and they let us raise chickens out here. So last year we did meat birds out here as well as layers, and in the winter a lot of times we keep the layers in the woods to protect them from hawks.
This is a layer flock. I have 2 geese and probably 50 laying hens.
We lost a lot this winter to
Yeah, the
predators.
predator pressure was really bad this winter. This week we should be getting 120 more baby chicks, so we'll be increasing the flock very soon. It's about, this is how many eggs I get per day, probably.
That's pretty exciting.
It's excellent, if you ask me. Oh my gosh.
Luna just hit that?
Yeah.
Come on, man!
Not cool, dog.
This is the garage and the cooler. Kind of forgot about this, but market displays, sign for Fridays, more market display stuff. And this is our cooler. Okay guys, this is a lot shorter than I wanted it to be, but we have so much stuff to do. I still have to edit this. Still have to edit this and come back out and get stuff done. It's almost to the point where we moved here 3 years ago, so we've got like 2 or 3 more months until we've been here for 3 years. But yeah, we built the farm out with our demand for produce and not going in debt, so we cash flowed the whole thing. So all that whole story is there. I vlogged a lot of it, like starting it all of last year and this spring and this year. So that's there if anybody wants to see that. There's tons of growing information in those. But yeah, I said I would do this Monday, and it's Monday, and it's springtime, so it's packed. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to take care of. And so we normally have 4 high schoolers that help us that are really good workers, and they're smart and they learn fast. But a couple of them are out this week and part of last week, so we're trying to fill in all the gaps and all that stuff. So it's just the way it is. But I'll make a better video when I get the chance. So thanks for watching, guys.